Invite a Budget Blinds style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
Welcome back. After day one was cancelled due to the rain, the Thoroughbreds were back on the track for the first time since Calgary up in St. Walburg. Going to move to Heat 11, and the top CPCA driver down at Calgary is in this one, Vern Nolan, coming off the #2 barrel. Wayne Knight and Lane Bremner were also at Calgary. However, they had a rough time and are looking to bounce back. All three get great turns around the barrels, and Vern, he gets out to the lead and is trying to get that rail, but veteran Wayne Knight isn't having any of it. And now as they reach the backstretch, Vern is able to take over that rail from Wayne and is looking to widen his lead heading down to the final stretch and on the finish line there. Vern is still in first, and he takes this heat wire to wire. Great run there by Vern. Also Stampede rookie Dave Galloway in this heat coming off the #3 barrel. And look at those horses pop around that barrel. He gets out of there in a hurry. Galloway is able to get all the way and steal the rail from the far outside as he turns here down the final turn and is heading southbound and down. He is all alone and no one is going to catch him. He had a late outrider which costs him 1 second, but is still a great run for Dave coming back into the CPCA here in St. Walburg. Finally, heat of the night, and it's the top three drivers in the standings. Chris Smalley off the 1 barrel, Dallas Dick off the 2 barrel, and Ray Mitsuing on barrel 3. The Chief, he came to race tonight. He gets a fantastic turn off that 3rd barrel and is able to get all the way over to the rail over the top man, Chris Smalley. Now down the back stretch here, Ray is still ahead of the pack with a wagon and a half lead over Molly, and Dick is bringing up the rear. Mitsuing here, he leads this race wire to wire, wheels on fire, and he takes the heat, day money, and also sets a new track record. What a great race coming back from Calgary. We'll check out the top 5 times on the night. And there he is, the Chief, as we just saw, with the new track record. Great way for him to come back. The top man, Chris Molly, is in second, and only 1 point separates Molly and Mitsuing in the standings. It's going to be a good couple of events here to finish out the season to see who finishes at the top. 200ths of a second behind Molly is Vern Nolan. He had a great run after a fantastic showing down at the Stampede. Dave Galloway would be in second, but a late outrider penalty costed him a second, but he is still good enough to be in 4th. And Wayne Knight, he had a great bounce back after horrendous Calgary and is sitting in 3rd. We will now go talk to the Chief, Ray Mitsuing, about his great run and how the track is looking.
Well, it feels good, like knowing that the outfit is popping, and I hope I can keep him strong enough all the way to the Lloyd finals. That's what I'm hoping. It was real good considering the rain that happened yesterday, you know, and no, it was really good. There was dust flying, you know.
And it's being known to be more of a niche sport, but in recent years, disc golf is taking flight. With courses springing up across the United States and Canada, one local player is looking to take the next step into the world of competitive disc golf. Moses Waldu has more in this report.
A group of friends that used to travel in a band, and they played disc golf all throughout the States when they were on tour, and they ended up bringing disc golf to us here. And yeah, just super excited that they brought it to us.
That was 4 years ago, and since then, Clayton Hines has been hooked.
Pleasant View Bible Camp started out with 9 holes, and then the city got 3, and then the next year after that, they brought 6 more and brought it up to a full 9, so I've been playing ever since. The green is basically a 10-meter circle around the basket.
The rules are much like the sport's namesake, with each disc acting like a golf club.
So right here, I got some drivers. These are high-speed drivers. They're pretty much all the same mold. Just like in golf, you have your fade and your draw and your straight shots, and same in disc golf. And then I have mid-rangers that are gonna go straight, and then I have some that are gonna go straight and then fade left, and then I have some that are gonna go a little bit right. You gotta be really careful. It can be really addictive, especially buying all kinds of discs and stuff like that. You wanna try the next new thing that comes out. And then for shorter shots, I have putters that I like to throw. Can put these ones out about 250 feet on a straight line. I think the bag that I have right now with all the discs in it is probably worth about $400.
An all-consuming passion that has Clayton playing in various tournaments.
Eventually it just worked out that I learned that there was a few tournaments in the area and in the province of Alberta and Saskatchewan, so it was wasn't too bad to just to go to those and have some moderate success.
Clayton is currently seeing how far he could take it by pursuing a profession in the sport, which requires a pro rating of 970 or higher. And to give you an idea of how good that is, a 1000 rating is a scratch golfer, with any additional stroke docking 10 points. Currently, Clayton is sitting at 870 and will look to reach that pro mark by next year. In the meantime, Clayton is getting ready to take his next step in competing by heading to North Dakota in September.
Once you get to the States and start going to some of the bigger events, some of the prize money can be pretty good. You know, you can make a couple $1,000s in a weekend. I still have lots of practice, lots of work, and you know, a lot more to do.
Moses Wildu, Newcap Sports.
The Lloydminster Cold Lake Reapers Penguins had their final home game yesterday afternoon. The team moved into the Edmonton Rugby Union this year, and this new league allows the team to play new teams every weekend. The team so far has struggled in the new league, but the future looks bright.
And so this is kind of exciting because honestly, we have no expectations of the teams when we play them, and of us. So that's kind of nice. And so we kind of get to adapt to what they are rather than know how to play them. So I enjoy it. I think that we're finishing in the bottom of the league, but we're still comparable, and we can win a lot of games in the future.
One thing the program needs to work on is how to get both teams together for practices during the week.
We need to, I think, set some intentions at the beginning of the season of numbers that we have that we can commit on a Saturday, and then we need to, if it's once a week, maybe we can meet in the middle and practice once a week, or if we can, travel, maybe Lloyd one week, Cold Lake the next, just so we can get a little bit of gelling.
Although the team has struggled to win and get the same players consistently every game, they are happy to just be able to play the sport they love.
I always tell the girls even if it's a loss or we feel like we're having a bad day, at least we're on the pitch playing rugby. So, and it's building, and that's what we just need to do is play rugby, and people will see it in the community, and hopefully we can grab some more numbers that way.
The Reapers Penguins have 2 more weekends of regular season play before the playoffs kick off. And the Lloydminster Xtreme and Lakeland Heat kicked off their second-round playoff series yesterday. The Xtreme taking on the top team, Fort Saskatchewan Rebels, and the Heat were taking on the second-place Sherwood Park Titans. The Xtreme coming off an upset there where they beat the Westlock Rock last week, and they're looking to continue rolling against the Rebels. Game 1, the Rebels defeated the Xtreme handedly, and in Game 2, it was much closer, but the Rebels were still able to beat the Xtreme, and the Xtreme were swept in 2 games. The Xtreme's year is now over. The Lakeland Heat, they defeated the Vermilion Roar last weekend and took Game 1 yesterday against the Titans 8-5. In Game 2 this morning, the Heat looked to sweep the series, but the Titans were able to just squeak out a win and force Game 3. That game is just wrapping up, and we will have the winner of that series coming up on the late night, and they will face the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels.